I want to make sure that everyone understands this very basic kind of principle. So if Pete is down, there are three escapes that you've got in any of these positions. You can pull guard, and sometimes you end up with half guard, but that's still pulling guard, right? So you can pull guard, which is, what is that? It's trying to rotate around me and get your legs wrapped around my legs, right? That's pulling guard, right? Or around my hips, but you're trying to entangle your legs around at least one limb, be half guard, two limbs, some form of close. So that's pulling guard, right? You can come to your knees as an option, or you can roll them. And what we're saying is, I'm primarily dealing with the roll. And so that was the example where you ended up just with Billy there, where you end up like kind of giving your back a bit, right? Because he's pushing and pulling. If he was just pushing, there's a very good chance that if you get under him, he's got nowhere to go and you roll all the way over. And that's where you get that sensation of, you know, so if I have both my feet pushing, and Pete just turns his inside shoulder over that way, right? I get rolled. Right, and you see variations of that happen again and again and again, but it's basically because there's no retraction in one of the legs. I haven't got an anchor, right? So that's that. So if Pete is wanting to pull guard, I want my feet this way around. So pull guard for me now, Pete. Just go for the guard. So first of all, he's hitting my arse cheek, and look how far he's got to go to get that leg. Right, pretty difficult. So if I'm forming this, it stops him from pulling guard. So what Pete wants to do here is form his stepped pyramid to get me as high up as he can as possible, right? If I don't have the underhook, this is going to be pretty easy for him. So he walks me as high as possible, right? He knows he can't pull guard here. Can you pull guard? But what he can do is he can start coming up to his knees. So he wants to get that shoulder in the middle, and he starts coming up, right? It's super simple. I wouldn't hang out here. I've obviously got to take action, but I want you having this idea that of when you pull guard and when when he's shutting your guard off. So you're not trying to pull guard, wasting any energy at all. Whenever this leg leads, as a general rule, whenever my leg here is ahead of this one, the guard pull isn't on. If I'm like this, it's definitely on, because this is a shit position, right? Has no torque. We're back to pelvic tilts, and we're using the wrong thing in an open chain environment where the guy can breathe, right? So this leg is in front. I've got a push here. When he gets onto his side, I've got a pull, right? But this is what he wants to start doing. But go back. What I want you to do to begin with is form your classic pyramid. So anytime there's even if I've got the underhook, I want you to get that space shut. So get your hips as high as possible for me, Pete. Go on. And as you're bumping now, really try and bump me and re-pummel. So bump. No, re-pummel, under. Because I'll shut your guard down. Yeah, going again. Bump. Hips. That's where I want you going. I want you thinking about how high, so if you do it to me, I want you to think, like, I never want to give the underhook. If I've got this arm under, I don't care what he's doing, put your weight on me, just put your weight on me. Yeah, and I want you to have that foot leading, right? No guard here. There's no guard, right? And all I want you to begin with, we're not going to worry too much about the underhook. It is important, but for now, I just want this idea that every time he's like this, okay, I'm going up, and I'm turning into him. To actually push him flat, not to pull guard. I am pushing him. Everything is going to drive. Anytime his feet are that way around for now. Has everyone got it? Yeah? So that lead foot, he's shutting the guard off. He maybe knows I've got very long legs, I like to get my legs around him. It's a common thing that happens. If it's happening, it's because his feet are the other way around. So if his feet are the other way around, now go this leg lead. See? No. So go back. So go, instead of that leg leading, put this leg leading. Switch your feet. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So now, right, this is going to be a nightmare trying to get to his back. It's not impossible, but it's going to be very, very hard. But look, I can put him in the guard, right? And he began to fall. But you see how his feet switching? So I don't ever want to be flat on my back. If you can get to this, that's okay. This is like iron pillow going low with the shoulder. But my recommendation for now is just to get in this habit of all the time. If you've ended up flat, the first thing I want to do is get myself as high as possible. And then I look at the feet configuration. Is guard on right now? No. So I'm going to start going towards what would be my underlook. Right, he can switch off of it, then he changes the position. And of course he wants to do that. But does everyone get that the feet are going to dictate the way out? Yeah? Whereas if his outside leg is here, I go to guard all day. And I'm still going to get in this habit, particularly when I'm carrying his weight, of getting into a classic pyramid, and then I begin to turn my shoulders. It's much easier to turn my shoulders when I've got his weight suspended up in the air. Yeah? Let's give that a go. I think it's probably 7 o'clock for those who need to get off. Yeah? Let's give that a go.